Last episode, we built our starter home and survived our first few days, but now it's time to start making real progress. Today we're exploring further than we ever been, gathering the resources to build a real farm and heading deep underground in search of diamonds. Every step gets us closer to taking on powerful bosses waiting in this world, so let's get started. Alright, so we've got a few big goals for today. First, I want to head out and explore more of the world, find some new areas and collect saplings and materials along the way. Then we're going mining, because it's about time we get our hands on some diamonds. After that, I want to go ahead and use everything that we've gathered to build up our first proper farm. And finally, if everything goes to plan, we'll gear up and take on some of the bosses this world has for us. So, I say we go ahead and get started. It looks like night's coming upon us, so we'll go ahead and sleep through our first night, and from there we'll go ahead and go explore and try to find a mine, and hopefully we get some good caving action going. We're waking up bright and early because today's mission is simple. We're heading out to explore the world, gather every resource we can find along the way, and hopefully discover a massive cave packed with valuable loot. The more prepared we are today, the closer we'll be to building our farm and taking on the challenges ahead of us. So let's head out. Well, that did not take long. We've already found a cave not far from the house. So now it's time to gear up, grab as many resources as we can, and hopefully come across some iron, diamonds, and anything else that'll help us survive. Because honestly, we have no idea what's coming next, and we're gonna need the resources. So we're just gonna go ahead and get some mining done right now. Okay, this is a whole lot dangerous. I've got a zombie and a slime, barely any room to fight. Alright, and my tool just broke. Okay. This adventure could go ahead and end a lot sooner than I planned. Let's see if we can make it out alive, because good lord. Alright, we got the zombie taken out, and that's all that really matters. Since we're already down here, we might as well make the most of it. We're gonna grab all the stone, coal, iron, and other resources we can carry, because everything we collect now can have the possibility of making our farm look better, upgrading our whole base, everything a lot easier. But we won't have to come back down here and keep grabbing resources. So kind of a two birds one stone kind of thing. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't need to keep going. The plan, in all honesty, is just to have stacks of everything, because that's the biggest part of building, is having the resources to build in survival, and we kind of struggled with that a lot of the time. So we're gonna go ahead and minimize and critique our errors throughout the game, and I feel like going ahead and just getting all the resources now is a better game plan than none. I really want to find some diamond armor, because I know these bosses are a little more difficult than than the Ender Dragon, so I kind of want to get better armor. This iron's alright and it'll do, but oh, there we go. There's my pickaxe. So we're gonna go ahead and need to get a reboot on that. And we're gonna go ahead and, with the cobblestone that we already have, create us a little furnace, smelt us up some iron, and go ahead and get us a new iron pickaxe, because we're gonna definitely need that to continue on with our mining expedition. With enough iron smelted, it's finally time to craft ourselves an iron pickaxe. That should make mining a whole lot quicker, so let's go ahead and keep digging, gather as many resources as we can, and see what else this cave is waiting for us. Definitely don't want anything to do with the witch. But we're getting in diamond territory. Starting to see some deep slate. So it's definitely working. There we go. Look, I think we just spotted our first diamonds. Oh yeah, baby. We like to see our diamond. With our first diamonds in hand, we're finally starting to make some real progress, but a couple of diamonds aren't going to cut it. If we want to stand a chance against the bosses, dungeons, and everything else this world has planned for us, we're going to need a full set of diamond armor, stronger tools, and plenty of more resources. So let's keep pushing deeper and see what else this cave is hiding. With the diamonds we found so far, we're going to go ahead and craft ourselves our very first diamond pickaxe. It'll make mining a lot faster, and more importantly, it'll let us gather the resources we need for bigger upgrades later on. We still need plenty more diamonds for a full set of armor, so let's keep digging and see what else this cave has to offer. And we're out of there. Get my pickaxe, bro. I mean my axe. Holy. Yeah, it's time to get out of here. With our inventory packed and everything we came down here for, it's finally time we make our way back up to the surface. We've got plenty of resources to work with, and next up, we're gathering some wood and getting started on the barn. All night. Literally, that's what I mean, right there next to the house. That was crazy. Crazy close. Super convenient. And after a good night's rest, it was time to get back to work. But before we could start building the barn, we needed a lot more wood, and I mean a lot more. So we headed out to gather logs and explore a little more of the world. You never know what you'll come across when you leave your base, and every trip is another chance to find something useful. So we just mined and mined and mined and mined, and a little more mining. We actually mined from sun up to sun down. We just kept on mining wood, and that's what I mean. We need a lot more wood. While gathering wood, we stumbled across an abandoned tent. It was the perfect place to rest for the night. But when morning came, we packed up our camp and continued exploring the world. We hadn't gone very far before something in the distance caught our attention. Oh. What did we encounter? Okay. What is this? I don't see anything. Fire aspect sword. Oh, okay. We're running. I don't know what we're in, what we just got into, but this can't be okay. We're gonna get him. Oh, he's trying to dive bomb me. I don't know what this is. Did we just encounter a boss? I don't know if we got the power for this. I don't know if we can do this. We literally just picked up the sword to fight him with. Oh, he's coming. Oh, and he's got his little dominions. Alright, we're gonna retreat. We're gonna retreat a little bit. Oh. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. We can get him. Oh, we can get him. Oh, we got him. We dropped. Use the craft Eyes of Ender. Look at that. We just completed our first boss. What else did he drop? A Flender trophy, ghost necklace fragment, anything else? That's crazy. Oh, we got another one incoming. We still got these little guys. But it's alright. That's crazy. How did we took on a boss? Just like that. I did not expect to run into him like that. On the way home, I stumbled across another structure that was just too good to ignore. After searching around, I found some useful resources, including some scaffolding. That'll come in handy for future builds. With my inventory looking even better, I kept heading home until I came across another shelter. Since the sun was setting, I decided to spend the night there and continue my journey first thing in the morning.
Here we go. Coal for diamonds, oh my gosh.
First thing in the morning, I packed everything up and finally started making my way back home. We'd been away from the base for a while, and everything we'd found, from the cave to the structures and all the extra resources, it felt like we'd made some serious progress. But honestly, the adventure isn't over just because we're heading back. There's still plenty left to do, and with all these materials, we can finally start bringing some of our bigger build ideas to life. So let's get back to the base and put everything we've collected to good use. But since it's night, we're going to go ahead and get one more sleep in, and then we'll start in the morning. After a good night's rest, it was finally time to start working on the barn. The first step was terraforming the land and creating a nice level platform for the build. Once the ground was ready, I started placing the wooden support pillars to map out the foundation. Right now, it might just look like a few logs sticking out of the ground, but this is where every great build begins. As we keep adding walls, roofs, and all the little details, it's really going to bring this area to life. My goal is to make it feel like a real life survival world, where every building has a purpose and every project adds something new. So this barn isn't just a place to keep animals. It's the start of turning this base into something we're going to be proud of by the end of this series. Now that we've got the foundation marked out, we can finally start to see the vision come together. I always think this is one of the coolest stages of any build because it's the moment where a random patch of land starts turning into something with a purpose. Right now it's just a few wooden pillars in a flattened area, but if you can picture the finished product, it's going to be a completely changed this side of the base. The plan for this barn is to make it feel, more like a natural. I just want it to feel like it belongs in the world. I don't want it to look like just a big wooden box in the middle of nowhere. I want it to have different roof heights, support beams, little overhangs, fences, lanterns, hay bales, pathways, and all those small details that make a Minecraft build actually feel alive. One thing I've truly learned is rushing a build almost always makes it look worse. It's really tempting to throw something together just so it's finished, but taking the extra time to line everything up, make the shape interesting, and add depth always pays off in the end. Moving a wall back by one block or adding another support beam can completely change how the build looks. This barn is also going to be one of our first major structures in the world. Up until now, we've just had our starter house, which has done its job, but it's time to start expanding this place into a real survival base. I want every new building we add to have a complete actual purpose, and I want them to all to connect together, so eventually it feels like a small village instead of a bunch of random buildings just scattered around. And just like that, the barn is finally finished. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. From wooden beams and a roof design to all the little details. It fits the style of the world perfectly. It gives us a dedicated place for our animals, adds a lot more life to the base, and makes this place feel like it's starting to become a real survival village instead of just a starter camp. This is exactly the kind of progress I want to keep making throughout the series, taking an empty world and slowly transforming it into something bigger with every episode. There's still plenty left to build, but this barn is a huge step in the right direction, and I think it's going to be one of my favorite builds for a long time. Before we move on, I do have to apologize. Unfortunately, I lost all the footage from the next part of this episode. I had already finished building a windmill, added a dock along the water, and even made a few small boats to bring the area to life, but none of that recording made it into the final video. It definitely sucks because I would have loved to show you the entire process, but these things happen sometimes, when you're creating content especially. The good news is, you'll still get to see the finished builds, and from this point upward, we'll pick right back up where we left off. I promise there are plenty more builds, adventures, and boss fights ahead, so let's jump back into it. With the dock finished, I felt like it was still missing something. It looked functional, but it didn't really tell a story. So I decided building a crane overlooking the loading dock to make the whole area feel more realistic and give it the impression that, supplies and cargo are constantly being moved around. It's one of those small details that doesn't just fill empty space, it makes the build feel more alive. It gives the waterfront a purpose. Sometimes it's just little additions like this that take a build from looking good to feeling like it's a part of the living world. Definitely took me, a little bit of time getting everything right, but it came along great. I then went out exploring for the last two bosses. And when I was exploring the overworld, I stumbled across something I definitely wasn't expecting. There wasn't much time to think. I figured there was only one way to find out if we were ready, so I drew my sword and my bow and took a deep breath and jumped straight into the fight. It was a little bit overwhelming, but we had conquered one of the last bosses in the overworld. There was only one more after this, and I think I seen a little base not too far from this one. After defeating our second of the 3 overworld bosses, we took a moment to collect all the loot, free captured villagers, and catch our breath. It was a huge win, but we weren't finished yet. There was still one more overworld boss left to defeat, and luckily, we knew it wasn't too far away, so we packed up our rewards and set off once again, determined to finish what we started. After traveling a couple hundred blocks, we finally found it, the last overworld boss structure. Just seeing it off in the distance was enough to get the adrenaline going. We'd come a long way to get here, and this was the final challenge standing between us and clearing every overworld boss. We made one last check of our gear, took a deep breath, and got ready for what was about to be the toughest fight yet. Okay, we're at 1.5 heart. Golden apple. Take these wind charges, you buffoon. One more. Boom, there we go. With the final overworld boss defeated, we packed up the loot, took one last look at the battlefield, and finally headed home. After everything we'd accomplished, there was no better feeling than seeing our base come back into view. We defeated every overworld boss, rescued the villagers, and returned with enough rewards to prepare for whatever adventure comes. It's all finally sinking in how far we'd come. What started as a simple survival world, we'd already turned into an incredible adventure and gathered all the rewards for the overworld bosses. What an episode, honestly. We've uncovered hidden structures, defeated all 3 overworld bosses, rescued the villagers, and brought home some incredible loot. Our world is really starting to come together. And just like that, another chapter of our adventure comes to an end. We've transformed our little corner of the world. We've conquered all 3 overworld bosses, rescued some villagers, and returned home with some incredible loot. But this is only the beginning. Next episode, we're leaving the safety of the overworld behind and venturing into the Nether, where even greater rewards and far deadlier bosses are waiting for us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 3, where we take on the Nether's deadliest bosses. I will see you then.